That's a great way to put it. We love our little black dresses. I am going to tell you that we now have this at 35% off. Because Dollars to Donuts, we're not going to do this one again. It's being retired. I can definitely tell you that. You are saving $279. It originally was $779. It is now under $500. 6 easy pays of $83.33. There will be no reorder. It is being retired. The special financing on this, I believe, will be a 9-month QVC credit card financing. If you don't have our credit card, you can go to QVC.com. It takes moments to apply and also to be approved, and then you immediately could use that for your financing if that would help. This is set in 14 karat gold, and that's 1/5 of a diamond, a carat of diamonds, and then black coral. I have to say, I don't think I've ever seen black coral.
Oh, it's because it's very rare.
Yeah.
The only other one that's more rare than this is a true red coral that hasn't been dyed or treated.
Okay.
But black coral only grows 1/4 of an inch every 100 years.
Stop.
It only grows at
Really?
least 300 feet below sea level, and only in a few places in the entire world. Grand Cayman Islands is one of the most well known. Off the coast of Maui is another area where you see a lot of black coral, and only a few companies in the entire world have the license to bring black coral up from the bottom of the sea.
Imagine they have to
And it's
protect it.
only, and I like to always say this because I'm a huge fan of the ocean, you all know that by now, it's only when it's been broken off and it's just laying and basically it's dying at the bottom of the sea. They never allow you to go down and break off black coral and disturb the ocean like that.
That's good.
It's illegal.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good to know. So that's the rarity of what you are getting here. And just like so many of the gemstones, make sure you know who you're shopping with. You know, we've all been on vacation, myself guilty too, and you get caught up in the moment. You're on vacation, you're in that Grand Cayman Island, and someone says, I have this, and it's exotic, and you can only find it here. You really don't know what you're buying. I'm not saying that it's not good there, but do you really know? And what are you going to return it when you get home if you find out it's not what they told you it was? So here's an opportunity to get something that's really quite extraordinary.
Yeah, and I'll just kind of, what you're looking at, some people say, oh, it looks like black onyx. It's nothing like that, and this is no disrespect to black onyx. So black coral, if you could see it before all this happens, you'd really appreciate it probably, but I wish I had a piece, but I don't. It looks like a stick. It looks like a brown wooden stick when it's brought up. And then as soon as you start to polish it, it's just as silky smooth as black silk. And it's got, if you look really closely, maybe underneath it even, you'll see little grains of, almost like you'd see in the lines of a piece of wood. And you got to almost sometimes use a microscope on some of this stuff. So this particular one, think about it, it only grows 1/4 of an inch every 100 years. So imagine the size. I've rarely seen black coral this big. It's usually small pieces. I brought the flashlight out just to think of the fact that what if this was a stick of black coral? I couldn't even get one even remotely close to that size. And this is a pretty big chunk.
Yeah,
but it would take
exactly.
a significant piece to be able to carve that big oval. I mean, look, if this were black coral, I couldn't get a piece out of this. No way. I need to have something substantial. I would need a huge piece of black coral to get that one ring.
6, 7, and 8, a handful, and then it will be completely sold out. So for those of you who love the rarity, the collectability of something like this, you have 6 months. You can get it home. You have a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee, but 6 months to work it into your budget to get something quite extraordinary. The diamonds are they're flawlessly set all the way around. It's a cabochon, so you can really appreciate that's 1/5 of a carat of your diamonds, and then you just have your split shank 14 karat yellow gold on this. The diamonds, by the way, are set in rhodium plating, so that you can feel very comfortable in the whiteness of them.
And this is one of only few organic gemstones. Remember, this is coral. So this at one point was a living coral reef. Once that has been broken off, usually after storms, things like this, then they have a few companies that go down and they actually have to go down with either filming to show what they're doing, or an actual, what do you call it? Not an inspector, but like the police of the ocean goes down with them to see how much they're bringing up, was it broken off, things like this. It's very strict.
That's very cool. Very, very cool. And you can always, that's the one thing I think about gemstones is there's always so much information available about them. But to own something so rare and special certainly would rise to the occasion if you are celebrating a special anniversary or a birthday or graduation or a baby being born, whatever the case
Well,
may
you
be.
love the ocean like I do. I love anything that's related to the ocean.
You do?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fish in your other life.
You know, I'm
Or a mermaid.
Aquarius.
Oh, you're Aquarius.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you sing the song?
No, I can't sing. I can talk
Me either.
songs.